In the quiet moments of life, when everything seems ordinary, there are times when heaven moves. This is one of those times. Archangel Michael, the warrior and protector of God's people, is speaking to you today. This is urgent. It's about your sister. Someone is informing you about her. What you hear now could change everything. Open your heart. Open your spirit. This is not a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. Heaven is reaching out to you because something is unfolding in your sister's life. Something that requires your immediate attention. Archangel Michael, God's messenger and defender, has been sent to deliver this. He stands guard, and when he speaks, it's a matter of great importance. Today his focus is on your sister. She needs you now more than ever. The spiritual realm is stirring. A battle is taking place not just in the physical or emotional, but in the spiritual. Your sister may be facing forces trying to pull her away from God's plan for her life. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "We fight not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual powers and rulers of darkness." This isn't just about what you can see. It's about what's happening beyond. Someone is trying to inform you. Pay attention. This might be someone in your life who has seen something you haven't. It could even be a stranger. God often uses others to speak to us, sometimes through their words, sometimes through quiet nudges in our spirit. Be open. Be discerning. This is how heaven works, through the unexpected, through the unseen. Your sister is in need, even if she hasn't told you. Even if she hasn't shown it. You've been placed in her life for a reason. Whether your relationship is close or distant, smooth or strained, that connection is no accident. Right now, God is calling you to step in. Here's what you need to do. First, pray for discernment. Ask God for clarity and wisdom. James 1:5 says, "If anyone lacks wisdom, ask God, who gives generously. He will guide you." Second, reach out to your sister. Call her, visit her, write to her. Let her know you're there. Sometimes people go through their struggles silently. Your words, your presence might be exactly what she needs. Third, cover her in prayer. Pray daily for her protection and guidance. Ask God to surround her with his angels, including Archangel Michael. Pray like this: Heavenly Father, I lift my sister up to you. Thank you for her life and the plans you have for her. Protect her, guard her heart and mind, and surround her with your angels. Give her strength, wisdom, and peace. In Jesus' name, amen. Finally, listen and act. As you pray, God will guide you. He may nudge you to take specific steps. It could be offering help, speaking truth into her life, or stepping into a situation that needs you. Obey those nudges. This is about more than just you and your sister. It's about God's divine plan. Family is God's gift to us. It's a reflection of his love. Your sister is not in your life by accident. You are part of her journey, and she is part of yours. Heaven has sent Archangel Michael to alert you, to remind you, and to guide you in this critical moment. This is not something to take lightly. When the heavenly realms move, it's because something of deep importance is happening. This message is clear. Action depends on you now. Do not delay. Do not dismiss this. Your prayers, your love, and your willingness to act could be the difference between breakthrough and struggle for your sister. God has chosen you to be a vital part of her journey at this moment. This is your moment to step in. This is your moment to show her the unconditional love of God through your care, your support, and your presence. You may feel unprepared or unsure. You may wonder if you're the right person for this task. But heaven is backing you up. You're not alone in this. God has already set the path before you. He has surrounded you with his strength, his wisdom, and his protection. Trust in his plan. He has sent Archangel Michael not just to deliver this message, but to assist you as you step into your role. Michael, the defender and protector, is with you. Heaven's armies are ready to fight on behalf of your sister. But you must rise in faith. Faith isn't just about belief. It's about action. It's about stepping out even when the path ahead isn't fully clear. Answer the call. Take that step of faith. Your sister needs you. Whether or not she's expressed it, whether or not she's asked for help, she is in need right now. This is a spiritual battle, and you have been called to stand in the gap for her. Think of the times she has been there for you, even in small ways. Think of the bond you share, even if it feels distant now. Your connection is sacred. It's a part of God's design. This is not a coincidence. It's not random. Your role in her life is intentional. God placed you in her life, and her in yours, for moments like this. And in this moment, heaven is calling you to be her protector, her prayer warrior, and her source of strength. Do you feel the urgency? Do you sense the importance of what's unfolding? This is about more than just earthly matters. This is about her spiritual journey, her emotional well-being, and the direction of her life. The enemy often seeks to attack through subtle means, through doubt, fear, isolation, and confusion. But God is greater. Your prayers can be a shield around her. Your love can remind her of God's love. Your actions can bring light into whatever darkness she's facing. This is your divine assignment, and heaven has ensured you are not alone. Archangel Michael's presence is a reminder of God's protection and power. He fights on behalf of God's people. He stands guard, ensuring that what God has planned will come to pass. But your response matters. Heaven moves when faith is activated. Do not underestimate the power of your prayers. Do not doubt the impact of your love. Do not hesitate to take action. Reach out to your sister. It doesn't have to be complicated. A simple call, a heartfelt message, or a visit could be the first step. Let her know you're there for her. Let her know she's not alone. Sometimes, that's all it takes to break through the walls someone has built around their heart. Your words, your presence, could be the lifeline she didn't even know she needed. And as you connect with her, cover her in prayer. Pray for her protection, for her peace, for her clarity. Ask God to surround her with His angels. Ask for wisdom to know how to support her in the best way. Prayer isn't just something we do when we feel helpless. It's a powerful tool, a direct connection to the one who holds all things in His hands. When you pray, you align yourself with God's will. You invite His presence into the situation, and you activate the spiritual forces of heaven to intervene on her behalf. You may not see the results immediately. You may not understand everything that's happening. But trust that God is working. Trust that He is moving in ways beyond what you can imagine. Remember this: God's timing is perfect. He sees what we cannot. He knows what lies ahead. Your role is to trust Him, to act in faith, and to be obedient to His call. This is a holy moment, a moment where heaven and earth are aligning to bring about God's purposes. Your sister is not forgotten. She is deeply loved by God, and He has chosen you to be a vessel of that love in her life. What an honor! What a responsibility! Do not let fear or doubt hold you back. Do not let past hurts or misunderstandings stop you from reaching out. This is bigger than any of that. This is about God's plan for her life and for yours. Because as you step into this role, as you respond to this call, you too will be transformed. You will see God's hand at work. You will experience His power and His presence in ways you never have before. So rise in faith. Be bold. Be courageous. Trust that heaven is with you. Trust that God is guiding you. And trust that your sister will feel the impact of your love and prayers. This is your moment to answer the call. Heaven has sent Archangel Michael to deliver this message, to awaken your spirit, to stir your heart. Now the choice is yours. Will you step into the role God has prepared for you? Will you rise to the occasion and become the vessel of love, protection, and guidance your sister needs? Will you stand in the gap for her, interceding on her behalf, both in prayer and action? This is not a question of whether you are capable, because God equips those He calls. This is a question of willingness. Are you ready to embrace this divine calling? Your sister may not even realize how much she needs you right now. She may not have voiced her struggles, her fears, or the battles she is facing. But God sees everything, even the things hidden in the depths of her heart. Heaven has revealed this to you for a reason. The light she needs in this season, not distant or unattainable. It's you. You are that light. Not because of your own strength, but because God's love flows through you. Because He has chosen you to shine His light into her life, to remind her of His presence and His promises. The answer is clear. This is not a moment for hesitation. It's a moment for action. Your sister needs you, right now. Whatever the circumstances, whether she is facing spiritual battles, emotional struggles, or physical challenges, your role in her life is pivotal. Your support, your prayers, your presence, they are not small things. They are life-changing. Rise up. Stand in faith, even if you don't have all the answers. Take action, even if you feel unsure or unqualified. Trust that heaven is moving on her behalf. Because when you act in faith, miracles happen. Faith is not passive. Faith is alive, active, and transformative. When you move in faith, you align yourself with God's purposes. You invite His power to work through you, and you open the door for His miracles to unfold, not just in your sister's life, but in your own as well. Imagine what could happen if you answered this call wholeheartedly. Imagine the healing, the restoration, the breakthroughs that could take place. God works through the willing. He moves through those who step forward, even when the path isn't clear. This is your chance to be that person. To be the one who stands firm in love and faith. To be the one who refuses to let fear or doubt hold them back. Your sister needs to know she's not alone. She needs to feel the strength of your love, the depth of your care, and the power of your prayers. Even if your relationship has been strained or distant, this is an opportunity to rebuild, to reconnect, to restore. God is the author of reconciliation. He mends what is broken and brings beauty out of ashes. But you have to take the first step. Reach out to her. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be grand. A simple message, a heartfelt call, or a quiet visit could be all it takes to remind her that she is loved and seen. And as you do, let your prayers surround her like a shield. Pray for her protection, for God to guard her heart and mind from anything that seeks to harm her. Pray for her peace, that she would feel the calming presence of God, even in the midst of uncertainty. Pray for her clarity, that she would hear God's voice and follow His guidance. Your prayers have power. They reach into the spiritual realm and invite God's intervention. James 5:16 says, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." Your prayers, spoken in faith, can break chains, open doors, and bring light into the darkest places. But prayer is not just about speaking words. It's about listening too. Listen for God's guidance. He may prompt you to take specific actions. He may nudge you to step into a situation you didn't anticipate. Be open to His leading. It might feel uncomfortable. It might stretch you. But remember, God never calls you to something without equipping you for it. The strength you need will come as you step forward. The wisdom you lack will be given as you seek Him. And through it all, heaven will be with you. Archangel Michael, the protector and defender of God's people, has already been dispatched to assist you. He is fighting on behalf of your sister, standing guard in the spiritual realm. You are not alone in this. Heaven's armies are moving, aligning, working to bring about God's purposes. But they need your cooperation, your faith, your willingness to act. This is not just about your sister. This is about you stepping into the fullness of who God has called you to be. It's about embracing your role in His plan, trusting Him to work through you, and allowing His love to flow through your actions. The world needs more of this. More people who are willing to stand in the gap. More people who are bold enough to step forward in faith, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Be that person. Rise up. Take action. Let God use you to be the light your sister needs. And as you do, watch how He moves. Watch how He brings healing where there was pain. Watch how He brings clarity where there was confusion. Watch how He brings strength where there was weakness. This is what happens when you align yourself with heaven. This is what happens when you answer the call. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Because when you move in faith, miracles happen. Your sister's life could be profoundly impacted by your response. And so could yours. This is a moment of divine opportunity, a chance to make a difference that echoes into eternity. Don't let it pass you by. This moment is not an accident. It is not random or coincidental. It is divine. Trust in God's plan. Even if you don't understand all the details, trust that His plan is perfect. He sees the bigger picture, the things you cannot see. He knows why this message has come to you now, and He knows what lies ahead. Trust in His timing. God's timing is never too early and never too late. He orchestrates every moment with purpose and precision. Right now, He is asking you to act not tomorrow, not next week, but now. And trust that He has chosen you for this moment. You may feel unworthy, unprepared, or unsure, but God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. If He has placed this burden on your heart, it's because He knows you are capable. Not in your own strength, but in His. Your sister needs you. Not someone else. Not someday in the distant future. She needs you now. Right now, heaven is waiting for your response. All of heaven is poised, ready to move as you take that step of faith. This is your time to rise, to step into the role God has prepared for you. The role of protector, the role of encouragement, the role of intercessor. Be the light she needs in this season. She may be walking through a valley, facing darkness she hasn't shared with anyone. She may feel alone, forgotten, or overwhelmed, but your light can pierce through that darkness. Your love, your care, your prayers, they are like beacons that point her back to God's love. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to solve every problem. You just have to show up, be present, be available, be willing, and know without a doubt that when you act in faith, miracles really happen. Faith is not passive. It is not just a feeling or a thought. Faith is alive. It moves, it acts. When you step out in faith, you activate something in the spiritual realm. You open the door for God to move in ways you couldn't imagine. Think about the miracles in the Bible. They often began with a small act of faith. Moses raised his staff and the Red Sea parted. David stepped forward with a sling and a stone, and Goliath fell. The woman touched the hem of Jesus' garment, and her bleeding stopped. These acts of faith may have seemed small, but they unleashed heaven's power. Your step of faith, however small it feels, can do the same. Imagine what could happen if you answered this call with all your heart. Imagine the impact it could have on your sister's life. She may find healing where she was hurt. She may find clarity where there was confusion. She may find strength where there was weakness. And imagine the impact it could have on your own life. When you align yourself with God's purposes, you experience His blessings in new and profound ways. Your faith grows, your spirit strengthens, and you draw closer to Him. This is more than just an opportunity to help your sister. It's an opportunity for your own spiritual growth. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt whisper that you're not enough. God is with you. He goes before you. He stands beside you. You are not stepping into this alone. Heaven is backing you up. Archangel Michael, God's mighty warrior and protector, has been sent to fight on your sister's behalf. Heaven's armies are surrounding her, battling in the spiritual realm. But your role on earth is just as critical. This is a partnership between heaven and earth, between divine power and human action, between God's eternal plan and your willingness to obey. Rise to the occasion. Reach out to your sister. Even if it feels awkward or uncomfortable, let her know you are there for her. Sometimes, a simple act of love can break through walls of pain or isolation. Pray for her. Pray with her if she's open to it. Speak words of life, of hope, of encouragement over her. Stand in the gap for her. Intercede on her behalf. Ask God to protect her, to guide her, to bring peace to her heart. If there are practical ways you can support her, do so. Whether it's helping her with a need, offering advice, or just being a listening ear, let your actions reflect God's love. And as you move in obedience, watch how God moves. Watch how He orchestrates events. Watch how He answers prayers. Watch how He brings beauty out of brokenness. Your role in this is not small. It is significant. It is divine. Because when you love, support, and pray for your sister, you are reflecting the heart of God. You are showing her that she is not forgotten, that she is deeply loved, that her life matters. This is what it means to be a light in someone's life, to let God's love shine through you. And in doing so, you are not just helping her, you are glorifying God. This is your moment. The world is full of distractions, full of reasons to delay or hesitate. But don't let those distractions steal this opportunity. Heaven has chosen you for such a time as this, to stand in the gap, to be the light, to act in faith. Don't let it pass you by. Trust in God's plan. Trust in His timing, and trust that He has chosen you for this moment. Your sister needs you, right now. Heaven is waiting for your response. Answer the call. Step into the role God has prepared for you. Be the light she needs in this season. And know without a doubt that when you act in faith, miracles really happen.